say it's a drill for components and stuff, and the dog would get put away for at least 5 minutes or so, just enough to break this. Damn, you know, I knew where those hides were. I tried to tell you, and then but he has to understand. You know, I need this component training. That's the reason why you don't try to break it into a whole lot of other things all at one time. Because I want this dog. It's not a negative thing to the dog. It's a chastising in that sense of, I should have told you better, or why didn't you listen to me? Remember, the dog likes to solve problems, and his problem now is communication. So this is how you're going to work on it without putting anything into the dog or teaching the dog. He now knows he didn't get rewarded for the door hide because he didn't really, and the reason why you didn't get the communication you were looking for and stuff is because that's a difficult hide for a dog to make a decision. Okay, it's not inaccessible, but it's difficult for the dog to find an edge. There's no edge. That one time you saw him get that seam between their two, that was the best edge he had, but he chose to try and find a better edge. Remember the breed, okay? And that's what you'll see. But now we're going to watch how he does it the second time. So now when you're going to start again, right? And this time the same way. Come up. Think about it. Go. Time starts. 1 minute. Fine. See how the handlers put pressure on the dog the other way? That's a natural thing. You cannot help yourself. And you'll do it in a trial, and sometimes it'll be a negative for you. So that's why you have to do it in your component training so you understand it better. Good. Reward him if he goes to that source. Remember, this is a new search. This is evaluation. There. Now. There. More down. Good. Good. All right. The difference being, was that was he now hit that crack. That is the strongest where that odor will be coming down. We just now showed this dog how to communicate correctly for me. You know, that's not an easy hide for him, and I don't want him jumping up necessarily, but I do want him to select the right crack where I know that hide, I know that odor is coming down through there. You know? So now we're helping him to understand how to tell me he's made a decision. Otherwise, he'll make his own choice of a decision, which could be one of the pieces of material there. I don't want him selecting an object. That's why when you place your hides, you do it in such a way so that it is not object oriented. Because the dog keys on the object, it's just like a behavior. He identifies an object for being rewarded. That's what he'll do. He'll learn to use his eye in conjunction with his nose. And you don't want him to do that in a trial. First, it's very confusing as you saw the first time around compared to the second time. But the second time around, the handler already had that one, right? So wasn't as interested in that one. More interested in this one. So what does the handler naturally do? Was hover in this area. Really putting a lot of communication down to the dog. You know where it's at. Come on, you got to tell me. And that's fine because you want this dog what? Not desensitized, but you want him to get accustomed to you doing that because you're going to do that in a trial. You cannot help yourself. You cannot. It's a human nature thing. You will speculate in that trial. I can guarantee you as a good manager of that search that I think I know where it is, or at least I think I've got productive area I need searched. You cannot help yourself. That's a human thing. So that's why you get this. But that key being, when you select your hides where you want to put them, the difference would have been like this one, where this crack is, and a lot of it goes inside of here. Okay, now that really kind of selected it down. But between the two of them, this crack, like that, down to here, it can go into either cabinet. But the key is when that dog starts sniffing here and tries to sniff up, you want to tell him, that's your decision. I need a decision from that. Not here, not here. Okay? So when you start, that's why I said, once he started there, boom, good boy. Remember, this is not a sourceable hide way up here. You know, we don't really want the dogs jumping up on dog knows where it's coming from. So you understand what I mean, how subtle this little bit of difference is here? That's what helps the dog learn how to make the correct decision that's very clear for you when you get to a trial.
So if you don't want the dog jumping up, what do you want to do? Just pointing up and staying, making that just
Yeah, just what you saw that dog doing, going right to that. When he starts sniffing deep into there like that, reward him.
Don't let him get as high as he can necessarily.
No,
just
as soon as you see that enough communication for you.
okay.